I see the board.
Okay, question for Jack Solomons. You just mentioned that you were instrumental in bringing the rates down by almost half. Why are you now supporting a plan that will bring it back up to double?
Answer please, Jack.
I would never buy a pig in a poke, and that's what we're doing here. For the extra money we're paying, which is very little, it may be a lot to somebody, but all we have to do is pay $209 more, and we don't have a headache, we don't have an elephant sitting on our chests. We're taking on 5 connectees. Anything can happen. We, as I said before, a sewer treatment plant owned by a municipality is immune from insurance. We would get sued all over the place, and Mr. Hamburger, who makes a very nice living off of us now, will make more.
Let's go back to Michael's question. $17.50 a month, no problem. Times 12, $209, right? Times 1,144, $250,000 it's costing the community.
3,200,000 for the driveway.
Next questioner. Maria, we're at 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Okay, we have a winner.
When you gentlemen sat before the legislator the other day, what was your feeling of the legislator in this community taking over the STP? Are they in favor of privatization, or do they think that Suffolk County could better handle it? And down the line, if there's a sludge problem within this community, who then would be responsible?
Okay, one question. Somebody, who's that me?
The legislators indicated on more than a dozen times that they felt that the people should have a say on this particular issue. They felt it was a very important issue. When Mr. Schoenfeld said that one legislator said 51%, that was just one. That was not the feeling of the group. It's a little misleading just because one said 51%.
Folks, you can download it, as Mike did. You can download it and read everything that all of the members said, including myself. It's right here.
Did I rebut?
Yes, rebut.
Being there, as I was, I only remember 3 legislators actually mentioning a referendum. Now, where they get 12, 16, it's not true. Maybe 3, so the answer...
You can get the minutes. You can get them.
I'm telling you, there are only 3 legislators. And we do not, in answer to Barbara's question, I do not know how they feel. That's why we're doing this.
What was your impression, though? His impression, he argued with the
legislature. Okay, what was asked, what was the impression that the legislators had, whether they think we should have it or they'd be better off. No one has an impression, so they're waiting for us to come back and maybe they'll give their vote. Next question. 37, 38, 39, here we go. 40, 38? Where is 38? Right there. Welcome.
In listening to the on the internet to the town meeting with the Suffolk County Legislature, and Russell Moore got up and said, under no circumstances would they convey this to the HOA. That was his statement at that meeting, because of the fact that there was they felt there would be lawsuits coming to them for conveying this to the HOA.
Question?
Question is that, you know, what type of a guarantee would we have to give them? We have to sell our birthright to give them the type of guarantee that would ensure that they would be happy that there'd be no legislation, no lawsuits that might follow them if they were to convey this to us.
All right, to clarify the question was, Benjamin said that they would not convey the STP without having a guarantee holding them harmless.
Well, he said under no
under no
circumstances would he do
circumstances,
it.
unless they're held harmless. And the question was, what kind of guarantee would we have to get and how much would it cost us?
Well, how would we know that? They don't sit down with us and talk with us. How would I know that answer? So the point is right now, it doesn't matter what he says, we are making a presentation to the county. If the county puts this off long enough, we'll see what happens with the negotiation.
So he may still refuse that. He may still refuse.
No back and forth. Rebuttal? No rebuttal. Okay. That was question number 35, 36, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 41. Okay. We need a microphone for John Boyd's question number 41. Marie? All right, thank you.
It was mentioned here that our liability insurance deductible was $75,000. I'd like to know if there's a maximum, and if so, what is it?
So we want to clarify the insurance deductible?
First of all, the deductible is $50,000.
No. 75. Ask Jane.
It was $75,000 if we didn't pay an additional premium $6,000. By paying the additional premium $6,450,000. You were at the meeting, Michael. So that's $50,000. That has nothing to do with the sewer plant. That's a general liability. Nothing to do with the sewer plant. Sewer plant is a different insurance.
Now, insurance was debated and worked on for a very long time. And the insurance, I don't know if anybody on the board has seen the insurance policy for the sewer plant. We only know ours, and it would be separate.
What is the maximum?
The sewer treatment plant would have its own insurance, it had nothing to do with ours. Be separate, right. Okay, we're up to question number 41, 42, 43, 44. Okay, on question number 44, I will give the moderation to Hal. I'll ask the question, you time. Okay. My question is this. What is the total liability of expenses we have if there is an interruption of service due to an unexpected calamity, as I have seen as a risk manager, where just a spark of dust or a spark of electricity or a backup event makes the whole thing explode? We have $12 million of property and all the connectees who can sue us for the interruption of service. How long will it take to get everything up?
That's down. Yeah, there was some question about what happens if the plant explodes. There has been an incident where a municipal sewage treatment plant had some sort of an explosion. Those are different kinds of plants. Those are plants with what they call digesters. Okay, and what these plants do is, in addition to aerobic breakdown of the biodegradables, aerobic bacteria requires oxygen, and so we pump in our plant, we aerate our sewage, pumping air through it. So the aerobic bacteria does all the work for us, eating up the biodegradable elements of the sewage. In a municipal plant, they have digesters where they take the sludge coming from the bottom of these aeration tanks and they put them in digesters, and they don't aerate these digesters. And what they get out of it, the anaerobic bacteria produces carbon dioxide, water, and methane gas. Those are the plants that have the issue, not our plant.
So is your answer that there's no hypothesis or possibility or whatever that this plant, under any circumstances, could ever explode or catch on fire. Is that what you're telling us?
Yes.
It's a water plant. It's got water in it. I haven't seen water explode.
Can your home go on fire or explode? Can anything go on fire or explode? It couldn't be hit by lightning, is what you're saying? Could it be hit by lightning?
We're talking about explosions.
I'm talking about every possibility. You're saying it can't happen.
Okay, instead of going to everybody, how many more people have questions? Raise your hand. Okay, give it to her, and then Hal has a card.
With $209 in savings a year, and so many things that could go wrong, and so many things unknown, what is the appeal of owning this plant?
Who's answering?
You know, we work on every single project. We reduced garbage expenses. We reduced lighting expenses through LED programs. We reduced and negotiated down property manager bills. This is another thing that we do to save money. This board has saved hundreds of thousands of dollars in the last 2 years by putting in thousands of hours over and over again. And this is another reason to make it affordable and live in the Greens. If we can go ahead and provide more good things for the Greens by saving money here, by taking over a project that just flows and works, we think it's a good thing.
We had, did you speak right? No, this is wrong.
Joe says that he saved the community a lot of money. The truth is, the board sent out 6 bids that came back without responding. They didn't want to bid. The one guy who did bid double or triple the amount that we were paying. Jack went out and got somebody, and that money that's being saved on the sanitation, which comes to, I think, how many thousands a month, Jack?
30,000.
No, a month.
Michael. 30,000 a month.
Well, in any way, whatever savings have been effectuated with regard to the sanitation has been effectuated not through the efforts of the board, because their bids came back blank. They didn't want any part of it.
It wasn't on the board. They weren't on the board.
Thank you. We have a questioner over there.
You had talked about the $425,000 reserve, and there's no guarantee that we would get that reserve. Your answer was no when somebody asked directly. What happens? Do we end up in litigation to try to get it? Or if the sponsor refuses to give it? Or what happens then? And how do we compensate for it?
Fact is, the conditions that we have set are the same conditions as the county. The Benjamin Group has said they are paying the $425,000 to the county on record. And our proposal is we are taking it under the same conditions that the county is getting it. If they say no to the county and they say no to us, our proposal may change. When the facts change, we change.
All right. Is there any new information that we're going to? Number 45 happens to be Hal.
So, since I live with my wife, she has some of this rub off on me. It's been my experience that although people say it'll never happen, things do happen, and if there is an explosion or a fire, well, how are we covered, and what are our liabilities in that sense?
I'm turning that over to the insurance committee.
the risk. That's the biggest risk, because there will be a large deductible. Any of the connectees can sue us. They can't sue the town or municipality, but they can sue us if they are disconnected and do not have service.
Remember that the initial cost of this plan was $12 million 10 years ago. 10 years ago. Imagine being hit with an assessment that might be over the $12 million, and we don't know what that amount would be. This is one of the main reasons why we should not, under any circumstances, avail ourselves of what the board is suggesting here. We should not be taking over the STP.
I thank you all for the respect you've shown each other, and for those of you who abide by the rules. I try to not make it personal, but to keep it to the rules. Thank you, for happy Thanksgiving, and keep your eye out for more news from the HOA.
Also, we have those forms outside. If you want to vote positive or negative, please give us a count. Please, everybody listen.